Right, welcome to the 11th episode of the pod. I'm back with my friend Justin.
Hello?
He's up, we're starting to get up there in the episodes, but I mean, I didn't talk to you about post trade deadline at all. Like, I don't know how you feel about that. The Mets have
Um,
actually played a lot better recently, ever since they
yeah.
traded their players away.
I mean, it's fun. I'm not gonna but drink the Kool-Aid of, oh my God, it's gonna be a big playoff run now. But I think it's good to see that they've been performing better as of late. I mean, I think what is it? We're 5-1 and now 6-1.
We're five
Yeah,
and one.
5-1 post trade deadline. Just had, I mean, we swept Cleveland, took 2 out of 3 in Pittsburgh, so definitely a lot of positives. And this is the kind of season where you just have to look for the silver lining. And I mean, maybe just positive play post trade deadline is that like we're not going for a play swap. Say, hey, let's not be the what are we, second or third worst in the NL right now?
I think we're getting up there. We're definitely ahead of the Giants probably at this rate
Yeah,
and the
just like, hey,
Rockies.
let's not be like towards the bottom of the NL. Like let's try and be towards the upper bottom of the National League. Which I mean, it's been tough. The National League has been tough this year, very.
Yeah, all the
But
teams are kind of bunched up right now, at
yeah,
least at the top.
I think what Mets fans have like just tried to like just say about the season. Like we've kind of developed, even with how bad things look, we developed more of a nucleus for this team. I mean, you have with the pitching, McQueen, Scott, Thornton. Although, I mean, I don't know how much of stars Scott and Thornton will be, but they can definitely be solid.
Pitcher, yeah.
Yeah, solid in your rotation. They don't have to be your ace. You obviously have McQueen for that, but they can definitely be a solid maybe two, three or four, depending on the type of levels of arms you get. And I mean, even we're having performances better from guys that really start the season struggling. I mean, we Luis Robert had a good game today. Bo Bichette, I think, went 4 for 4,
I think you went 5 for 5,
five for
actually.
five or whatever. And I think there's just been, even with how bad the season looked, I think you can't just say everything's been negative. Like
Yeah.
there has been, although very little, it's starting to look positives. Even Lindor's starting to turn it around. Actually, one player I really want to highlight right now, Sean Manaea. Sean Manaea has
He
been
pitched
pitching.
phenomenal today.
Yeah, he was awesome today. Was it at 11 strikeouts? When was the last time you seen that?
He's kind of had a big resurgence right here. I
Yeah,
mean,
no. To think like how bad he started the season. I mean, he obviously came to spring training. The velocity was down. Got pushed to the bullpen. Dave Peterson pretty much took his spot in the rotation, and obviously we know how that went. Dave Peterson's gone. I mean, and he's been doing pretty well in Chicago. But Shomna has really found his game again, and I wouldn't oppose. I forget how many years does he have left on his contract
I
too?
think he has another year,
Yeah, I wouldn't
extension.
oppose keeping him around for another year. Just have on the back end of the rotation as your four or your five. Because I mean, I think this rotation has four quality pitchers right now. Obviously, McQueen, Scott, Thornton, Manaea, and that fifth spot really is just up for grabs.
Considering you
We have
got rid of,
freaking Robert Stock there right now.
yeah, considering you got rid of like the pitcher that was supposed to be your ace,
Yeah, who's
and you
put?
got rid of the pitcher that was he was the best pitcher on the Mets before he got hurt in
Hmm.
Clay Holmes.
Yeah,
And obviously Freddie Peralta didn't do that good this season, and
of course.
he didn't do
And,
good for the
and his first
Rays.
start with the Rays wasn't great
Yeah.
either. What is he, went 3 innings, 7 runs?
Yeah, listen, on the surface, like you look at the Mets record, it's like, oh, it's not good, obviously.
Yeah,
But I definitely agree with what you said. They definitely have a lot of building blocks that,
yeah.
you could definitely be encouraged for next season.
If
And
there
even
if
like,
there is a next season,
yeah,
a lockout looming.
I mean, the performances from a lot of these players, especially in the rotation, they've been very solid, especially from the four guys like you mentioned already. You mentioned Scott Thornton and
Yeah,
Manaea.
I
He's
know
been
Thornton's
great.
sample size has been very small, but he's looked good.
Yeah.
And Scott, I mean, to be doing this after coming off Tommy John, that's also a pretty big positive. And I believe, I don't know how great the advanced metrics look, but on the surface, they've given us good performances now, and I think they're all young guys and can obviously work to that much more. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull up Zach Thornton's saving page right now. Actually, I don't know if he'd have enough data because he's only started what, like
You could
five?
definitely see the data. It's not gonna say he
Yeah.
qualifies, but like I mean, I've been very impressed so far.
Of course,
And
of course.
just like even though they traded their guys away, it's still like I already mentioned, they traded the two stars away. It's still
Mhm.
like it actually looks like a good team. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, other than the
Right.
fifth starter spot, like
Yeah.
they've been playing much better baseball, and it's kind of just been like a downhill turn ever since the second half of 2025. And
It,
it's just like, when was that going to stop? I mean, they fired Mendoza,
hmm
and I actually do think that it's alleviated like a lot of the pressure in the clubhouse, like with that firing and Andy Green in the clubhouse and stuff, and then trading all their players away. I mean, it's just kind of like removed the sense of like being afraid to lose, you know? I
of
mean,
course. I
it's
mean,
kind of felt like the Mets have played like on edge, like for a year plus. I
yeah.
mean,
Because I mean, you obviously have the highest payroll in baseball. Like you have to be good. I mean, still we're kind of the worst team money can buy, but I think there's been obviously, like you said, much more positives. I mean, do you think depending on how they finish the season, do you think Andy Green could be considered for a more long time role? That he could
not
be
as
depending
manager.
on.
He already said he wasn't going to come back as
Oh,
manager.
I see.
He's I think he still wants to stay in the front office,
Yeah, right.
but it's definitely
He's done I would say he's done solid. I mean, for walking into the absolute dumpster fire that this season
yeah,
was. I mean, I'm gonna check his record. I mean, he's only 17 to 20, which is not even that
that's not bad.
horrible.
And they haven't had Soto
Considering
too.
the horrible situation that he's walked into, I think he's managed it pretty well. I mean, can't hate that.
It's just like kind of relieving having the like new presence of the clubhouse, you know. I mean, they kind of
Yeah,
needed a breath of fresh air at this rate.
of
They've
course.
they were like one of the worst teams for year plus counting. So
hmm
like this, I mean, people are gonna say like Mendoza, you know, it's not all his fault, and it wasn't all his fault, but like, I
I
mean,
don't
he
think
definitely
he
was starting to
wasn't.
like,
Yeah, he wasn't the solution. But he wasn't really the problem either.
yeah, I mean, he was kind of dead weight at this point,
Yeah,
and I don't know, it's just I keep saying this, but like, it's just like a refreshing feeling, you know, watching this team now. It's weird,
just
but like they
taking away
played.
all the expectations.
It's like actually like a fun team to watch, somewhat.
Mhm.
And I mean, even if you look at the offense, like the offense on paper looks completely fine. I mean, you have Ewing and Bench in the outfield. I mean, Soto's hurt, and you have Robert, who I don't think he's going to be on the team next year. But
No, I could. I don't see them really having a spot for him at this point.
and then you have Bichette and
Yeah,
Lindor on
but
the left side of the infield, and
right, and Bichette's probably most likely going to opt in.
instead, yeah. And then you have Simmons actually played a lot better recently.
Yeah,
It's you could kind of attribute it to being he. I think he had like hip injury before, and he was playing through it the whole time. He's actually looked like very competent player.
yeah, no, he has definitely picked it up. I mean, I will say Mark Sammy's been one of my least favorites to watch, but I can give credit where credit's due. The
Yeah,
most of the season, he's has been one of my favorites, but he's starting to perform better. But
dude, talk about Jared Young. Jared Young's actually been pretty
oh yeah,
good.
and Jared Young, he's carved out a solid role for himself in the majors, especially after. I mean, he's what, like 30 something, played in Korea, and like I think,
Yeah.
and he came back, and he's actually had a solid season. I think he's one of the more underrated guys on the roster right now. I mean,
Oh yeah,
he
for
is
sure.
not he. I mean, he's played like decent at first. I mean, the bat has been pretty good. I mean, this year he's got 1.0 WAR, so that's not bad at all for a guy you really signed, not expecting like a lot out of.
I mean, they had a black hole at first base the whole year, and he has just like kind of
Yeah.
like
I mean, a guy's
solidified
been
it.
throwing him in and saying like, "Hey, do something." And I think he's done like not as horrible of a job.
And the catching situation is actually good. You know, they have Alvarez and Torrens,
hmm
and that's you have the best defensive catcher in baseball as your backup.
Of
And
course.
Alvarez is always a solid hitter. Like, I mean, you can say all you want about the defense, but like, it's not the end of the world. At least I don't think. And he's still very young. So, I
Yeah,
mean, looking at this team, it's just like there's a lot of encouraging signs. I know I
definitely,
keep saying that,
definitely.
but I mean,
I
there's
hate to sound delusional and like kind of a home teamer here, but I think I agree with you. I feel like there is definitely positives here. And, and I mean, with the trade deadline, we got some pretty good prospects. I mean, I'm gonna pull up the top 30 right now.
Yeah, I mean they you keep
I mean,
seeing all the highlights on Twitter. Like a lot of these prospects are doing pretty good.
yeah,
The guy they got for Peralta, I think is he's Aiden Smith.
yeah, and
He
Gary Gilhill.
Gary, okay,
Gary
the
Gilhill is,
pitcher.
yeah, I forget what was the guy's name? I forget that we got.
I know Petrie.
Yeah, Emilian Petrie, who he's doing.
Yeah, all these
But my
prospects have done good.
yeah, but my thing is like the infield feels kind of full right now because I mean you have Bichette playing third, and he's most likely going to opt into his contract, especially for next year. You have Semien at second, who's where we got him until 2029. Lindor's obviously holding down shortstop, and first base. Your next best prospect is Jacob Reimer, who's number 5 right now, but
He's
his
third
ETA is
base.
20. Yeah, he says he's third and first on the
Yeah, I never
top
saw him
30.
play first in my
Oh,
life. But
well, I guess the top 30's got something wrong.
he probably could play first, Blake. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, you
Right,
know,
right.
you kind of have your team, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like they're all going next year. I think it's just like a performance thing. And obviously Soto's been hurt too.
Yeah,
So like if you get like the full lineup healthy, maybe add like a first baseman that's like right-handed or something. Just like someone else,
that's
that's like
true.
competent. And
That's
you
true.
fill in some of these holes on the team. Like this could actually be a very good team. Like fill in your bullpen arms that you lost and get
Yeah.
like another starter or two again that are probably hopefully better than Freddie Peralta.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
I mean, that
I
should
mean
be an
that
easy
is
test.
exactly if we have a season next year.
Yeah. If we have a season, I think they'll definitely be a good team, hopefully.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think the lockout's gonna no baseball in 2027 or
I think there has to be baseball though. Because like they're just gonna lose so much money if they don't play a full season at
yeah,
all.
I'm as bad as things look right now, I'm deluding myself into saying there's gonna be a next season. But there's just too much debate with whether there should be a salary cap or not. And that's been one of the biggest pressing issues. That I think that's going to take up a lot of time because obviously the owners don't want it, but I mean the owners want the salary cap, but the players don't.
The thing is the players could just keep saying no, 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 no. And the
Yeah,
owners could keep like forcing it on them. But like the thing is like it's just gonna drag out and they're gonna lose more and more money. And at
that
some point they're gonna have to agree to something.
mhm.
Because
Yep. I think 94 was that was the last time like we had a baseball season canceled, right?
that just like got completely canceled. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep forgetting the year. I know it was mid 90s. That was the last
I
time we
think you're
locked out.
right. I can't see the full season getting canceled. Like maybe it's like a couple games at the start of the season, but like
Yeah,
that's the
but you
furthest I
usually
see
make
it
those
going.
up. I mean that's what happened in 2022. Season started
Yeah,
what, like a week later?
it did, yeah. And
Mhm.
then I mean it wasn't really an issue,
Yeah,
to be
no.
honest.
But I mean, I feel like it did that lockout was just like kind of just pushing back the impending doom that this lockout's gonna possibly bring.
Well, I mean that was like a whole thing in itself. Like that took a while last time.
Yeah. No, they didn't get that done until I believe like February or March.
Yeah, I
And
mean the players
that
and
took away from spring training.
the owners are never like connected in baseball. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like it's always a problem. They need to like come up with something where it's like, you just agree to one CBA and
Mhm.
it's pretty so where you could like make the future CBAs like easier to agree to because it's
Yep.
just like a big conflict, a big to do every single time.
Yep. But then again, that the salary cap debate is just gonna like keep
Oh, it's gonna be there forever. I mean,
yeah, no. No one's ever gonna come to an agreement on it.
but the
The owners
problem
are
is
gonna want
like
it, the players aren't gonna, it's just gonna be one big argument.
I mean the thing is the salary cap's never been in baseball once. So like
Never.
it's just like how are you gonna institute that with like all all these players on big contracts like Soto or Otani? Like how could you possibly function with the salary cap with those
I guess there's got
contracts?
to be a way to somehow grandfather those contracts in, but that's way above our pay grade.
I mean, I did talk with James about this. Like he said
Yeah.
that like probably the most logical thing to do is like say when the longest cut, like look at the longest contract currently with guaranteed money or whatever, and
Hmm.
say there will be a salary cap for this amount of money after this set date.
Yeah. Well, I
I
feel
mean,
like I mean, I agree with that, but I feel like more just if they were started now, the other contracts should be grandfathered in. But
yeah,
then again, how you gotta think how would that affect the actual salary cap?
that creates an unfair advantage though, because like
Yeah.
you just have these like high paid players not really leaving too many consequences with the salary cap
Hmm.
when other teams that didn't sign players beforehand, are suffering because they got to sign their players for a large amounts of money, not get what's it called, not get penalized or whatever, and then
Yeah. I mean,
now
one thing I think they should get rid of is the deferments. Everything should just be paid out as it is, not just deferring it all to the end of the contract. Kind
I
of,
think there needs to be like year limits or something or like percentages you could defer from the contract. I don't think it's like a bad thing. It's just like when you defer like what 98% of your contract like
yeah,
Otani is.
that then it's an issue. I think they should cap it at like somewhere around 25 to 30% of the contract can be deferred.
I mean, deferments have always been a part of the game. It's not.
Yeah.
I
But
don't think it's a bad thing.
I think with the Dodgers, it's looked a lot more egregious because I mean, we see with Otani, what other contracts they deferring?
They
Not
did it
Diaz, right?
with. I think they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
Diaz and Smith.
Yeah. Like if it gets egregious like that, then I feel like there should be like a regulation on it, where it's like you can only defer a certain amount
I mean, I
of
know. Put what are you saying?
like when the firms are getting like egregious like that, when it's like paying like a like most of the money like when the contract's about to end, like that's when
Mhm.
it just, I feel like becomes egregious.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll. I actually want to push the topic a little bit. I mean, you mentioned Diaz. He's actually been pretty terrible. I mean, I don't know what you think about that because we're both Mets fans, and
And
I mean,
as sad as I was to see him go, then it's kind of a hindsight is 2020 move because I mean I know he had the that whole scandal with the chicken fighting in Puerto Rico.
yeah, I mean that just didn't
That,
get addressed at all. They just like threw it under the
yeah,
rug.
yeah, it's like oh, I feel like if he was a Met, that would have been much more news. But now
Yeah,
he's got like oh yeah, this happened. Yeah, that's really it. He was hurt this year, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that too. So
He's been
yeah,
pretty
no, this
terrible.
year has not been a good one for Diaz. And honestly, as mad as everyone was, good on Stern. I'll say good on Stearns for dodging that
Yeah,
bullet.
you have to say good on Stearns. Like they clearly
Yeah.
didn't want
As
him
much as
back.
no one likes giving David Stearns credit right now, you gotta say like good on dodging that bullet.
I mean, when he first left, I wasn't that. Yeah, when he first left, I wasn't that angry at all. Like to be honest,
Yeah.
like
I think it was people more angry at the fact like we brought in Devin Williams to replace him. And obviously Devin Williams like was public enemy number one for the Yankees.
but like the thing is with Diaz, he had the 2 great years when his contract was gonna expire, like in his contract years or whatever.
Mhm.
He did very well 22 and last year. And then like all the other years has just been like very random. Like he's
Yeah,
kind of like unreliable in a way. Like I just
I
wasn't like
guess.
I've never been too crazy about him. I mean, I love his entrances and stuff, but like overall I
Yeah.
didn't have a
I mean
problem with him.
you can't deny how great that 2022 season was. I mean, he was absolutely electric.
Well, yeah.
And I think that's what people like were mad about. Like you've seen how electric he is when he's on. Like you can't let that walk. But when he's off, it's ugly. And we've seen that in the games he's been active.
I mean, this season's been absolutely horrific for him. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a terrible contract as of right now.
I forget how many years did Dodgers sign him for?
I think it's like 3 years. But like the thing is, he he's been hurt all season. He's been
Hmm.
terrible. He's got like an ERA over 10. And it's like people still try to like I mean, I'm not gonna like defend Stearns and say like he's this great GM, but like he's made better moves than most people give him credit for.
If he signed Diaz and he sucked like how he did, how he's doing this year, like there's no doubt in my mind. People will be calling for him not to be just fired, but executed. Like, or just hang him in front of City Field.
Yeah, I mean, all fans are gonna have problems with him no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna like sway anyone the other way. I mean, it's just how things are going to go. A lot of people are going to like always say that the Mets are all going to be the Mets. So
Yeah.
you can't you
Can't
can't stop
really
there.
outrun that reputation.
Yeah, I mean, people are always going to say negative things regardless of what happens.
Hmm.
It's just like how it goes.
That is true.
And I mean, I'm actually going to switch the topic a little bit, but like, I don't know if what do you think of the Red Sox doing pretty good recently? Because there's like a thing going on Twitter about like Michael K talking about how saying how the Red Sox, he was like trashing the Red Sox essentially.
I
And
mean, the Red
then
Sox have been
they've
so
been
good right now
phenomenal.
that they're getting cheating accusations.
Yeah, I mean
People
they're
think
kind
they're
of like
cheating.
I mean their pitching's been phenomenal.
Yes, and even with the injuries they've had this year, I mean, I'm trying to remember who was like really injured for them. I think
Roman
was Crochet
Anthony.
injured? Yeah, Roman
Crochet's
Anthony's
been
been
hurt too.
hurt. Crochet's been hurt,
That's
but they still
crazy.
really managed to hold it down. And I mean, Sonny Gray's been awesome this year. I mean, 14-2 with 2.78. Peyton Tolley really came out of nowhere. Well, I wouldn't say out of nowhere. He's had a great,
He's been pretty good.
yeah, he's been pretty good. He's had a good like first full year, mostly, well, because the season's not over yet. Ranger Suarez still good.
And you got like
And they-
Jake Bennett coming out of nowhere.
yes, of course. And I mean, they did get rid of Connolly early for Curtis Mead,
Who's been hurt? Who's hurt now?
yeah, which I feel like that's the only real blemish they've had. So, but I mean, you gotta see how Curtis Mead performs when he's back. And he has had a good season up to this point for the Nationals until he got traded.
Hmm.
Even though that trade did like surprise me because I know Cagliari was like one of their young pitchers that like he was having a good year and
Yeah.
they just really got rid of him like that. But yeah, that's the way the game goes.
I mean, they kind of traded strength for strength in a way.
Yeah, I mean I remember that wild card start against the Yankees. He had a solid game even though the Red Sox lost.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. Wasn't that when Schluter pitched or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean he had to go up against Cam Schwitler, like having real legacy performance, but he still pitched like relatively well for a rookie going into hostile territory for your first postseason start.
I mean, the Red Sox have been phenomenal. They've 64 and 53. I mean, they're like over like 14 games under, I think. And they've just like gone all the way up, you know.
Yeah, Chad Tracy has done a very good job coming in for Alex Cora, especially with how bad it
Yeah.
looked when they fired him. And I remember they just like went on a firing frenzy after Cora. They fired like a lot of his staff
They fired
too.
all the coaches.
Yeah, no. They were not very happy. They're obviously not happy with the start they had. I mean, even I forget they traded Mayer, right? Oh, yeah, they traded Marcelo Mayer.
Yeah, he was kind of like a bus in a way, though.
Yeah, he wasn't. They expected a lot more from him. I know they really hyped up that. It was Roman Anthony, Mayer. Trying to think who else. Who was there was a third. There was a third.
It
That
was
was like
yeah,
supposed to be like
Mayor.
the next. It was Anthony Mayer. Damn, who else was like supposed to, was it Christian Campbell?
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
He was
That
doing
was like supposed to
terrible.
be like the big three. That was like supposed to be like the future of the Red Sox. I mean Roman Anthony's been hurt, but still, I mean they've been doing that without like who's supposed to be their franchise guy in Roman Anthony.
Hmm.
And also Jaron Duran, who's had
He
not a
hasn't been
great
good
year.
this year.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened to him. And at least no one told him he needed a tennis racket yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly a big fan of this team. They've been very hot right now,
Yeah, and
and
we got to wait till Allie Rutschman's healthy and
yeah,
finally puts on a Red Sox uniform.
I think this team
And
is
even with that, Connor Wong has been a solid backup. I mean, he's provided decent offensive numbers. And
this.
Andrew Monasterio has also been pretty good filling in at shortstop for Trevor Story. You know, Story is on 6 day IL and hasn't been great this year. So I think they've had a lot of guys kind of just come out of nowhere too. You know, Anthony Secor performed Is he still up in the majors? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he
He's been
is.
performing well when they brought him up. He's another guy really kind of came out of nowhere. He was he was in that whole big like
They got Durbin.
Red
Durbin's been
Sox
pretty good
movie
too.
straight. Yeah, Durham's been very good. He's putting on for all the short guys out there. He's 5'6", 3.3 WAR this year.
That's very good.
This
I
this
mean,
Red Sox this Boston team can be very exciting in the playoffs, I think.
I think if I had to pick, I'd pick
If
them as a favorite in the American League. I I think they'd like roll through anyone in the American League. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
mean, I'm just gonna do a quick standings check, quick, just see how far back they are in the East.
They're like riding the Yankees'
Yeah, they're
tails.
only yeah they're 2.5 back from the Yankees and 7 games back from the Rays. I mean, I think if they stay hot as they are, I think maybe taking and if the Rays hit a rough patch, I mean, I think definitely taking the AL East could be in the conversation.
I mean, they're 7 games out. Any
Yeah,
anything you can't take anything out of the question, obviously, but
of
like
course.
they
I mean, I think they could definitely like bunny hop the Yankees because they're only two and a half,
100%.
only two, yeah, 2.5. No, game and a half.
I
Sorry,
mean,
I can't
yeah,
do math. I can't do math. But
it's a game and a half.
yeah, they are a game and a half.
I
So I
mean,
think they can definitely take second in the AL and ultimately get that. Yeah, because
you
and
can't
ultimately
get a
get the first
bye.
wild card spot.
Yeah. I mean, literally just a month ago, they were in the dumpster pile with some of the lowly American League teams.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the
Yeah.
Angels, the A's.
And
The A's have been like garbage.
yeah. And like
Well, I saw that they're just the Red Sox like turned around since like I, they were like 7 and like 31 since like July, like June or July or whatever. I couldn't.
it's very hard to
They
pitch in
just
that
been
ballpark.
yeah. I mean, you're playing in a minor league stadium.
I mean, yeah, going back to the Red Sox, like just like summer, I mean, literally like a month ago, it's just like all bad, and then
Yeah,
they had like a
now they
historic
just
stretch.
catapulted back.
I mean, you had the Yankees broadcaster like trashing them, and they've just
Yep.
like shoved it right in his face, you know. And I
Yeah.
mean, they're gonna catch them and
Well, we'll see.
overtake.
Still,
They'll
still
probably
got a lot of
overtake them.
baseball to play.
Yeah,
But
I know, but
The AL East is going to be a very interesting finish because I mean that this is really the power of the American League right now. Because I mean the Central's the only the White Sox are over 500, and the AL West is just a whole lot of mid, and the A's and Angels who are terrible. No shade.
yeah, I mean, the American League is just like very weak in general.
Yeah, it's much
I
more
mean,
top heavy.
you look at all the wild card teams like at the end competing for the third spot. It's just like all bunched up with teams under 500 or at 500.
Yeah,
Like the Texas Rangers are 500 right now and have the wild card spot somehow. So
yeah,
I
I'd like to see
mean,
Brandon Nimmo in the playoffs. I'm rooting for Texas.
and DeGrom maybe.
I mean the Tigers are only a game out
Yeah, and they
after
traded
trading Tarek
Skubal.
Skubal.
That's very hard to believe
Yeah.
because the Tigers have done much better, and the Dodgers have actually been pretty bad recently,
Yeah, they just ended a 7 game losing streak.
and they lost today too. So
Yeah.
they're
I mean, I wouldn't really say it's much of Scubal's fault, though. I mean,
no,
he pitched well in his first start. What was it? He had, I think, six innings, 2 runs against the Cubs, who are also another one of the top teams in the NL
yeah. What
by
I
having
wouldn't be
played.
concerned about the Dodgers. I mean, even with
Yeah.
Scuball's going to be pretty good for them.
Yeah, Scubal's always going to be Scubal. I mean, it just makes that rotation much more dangerous. And
Even
we've
with
talked about that already.
yeah,
I, it's just a talking point that everybody knows. It's like, yeah, that Dodgers rotation is pretty crazy. And Glasnow and Snell are still hurt, I believe.
yeah, they're always hurt.
Yeah, Glasnow could call him that.
Yeah,
But I mean, if they get healthy, I mean, oh no,
it's a pretty good rotation.
yeah. But it's like who's really out in the rotation at this point? I would probably Emmett Sheehan, who hasn't been very
You
good. I
just
think
take
they
him
kept
and
him down.
Sasaki out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sasaki has not been very. That's always surprised me. I always hear good things about Sasaki. I'm surprised he's like not been great.
Well, he was great as a reliever in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
I think they should just transition him to
I mean,
that.
he went 7 innings and gave him a run against the Mets, but
Whatever. Like,
yeah, and anyone can do that. Me, I go out there. Actually, no, not right now. They've been playing good right now. We won't
yeah, you
slam
wouldn't want to
them.
face him now.
Yeah.
But
Don't let us get hot.
no, you never know. But like the Dodgers, they're still 70, 48. I mean, it's very good. They're gonna make the playoffs, obviously. And we'll
Yeah.
see if they go for a three-peat. They
Press
got the
screen.
three-peat. But
I think if the three-peat happens, then yeah, the lockout.
I know, but like it's very hard to win every year. And
Yeah.
they almost lost last year. They should have lost last year, but
Hmm.
we'll see what happens ultimately. But I mean, I want to transition this conversation to training camp for football. Like,
Okay.
what are your thoughts about the Giants? Because I know you're a Giants fan, and
Yeah.
there's been
Well,
a
the
lot of
Giants
news
just,
recently.
yeah, I believe they just wrapped up training camp in, I think they were in West Virginia or Virginia today. And I think there's been a lot of good storylines, especially with the defense. I know Deontay Banks has really stepped it up during training camp, but he's from the tweets I've been seeing, the coverage I've been seeing, he's really stepped it up from the past 2 years of football. He's had a lot of good highlights during training camp. I think he's had some pretty good interceptions. Greg Newsome, who Giants really signed to a prove it deal, he's also been very good. He's even though he did have an injury today, but he was fine. He came back, so thank God we avoided a scare there. Arvell Reese also has looked very sharp from what I've heard. And I think just there's been a lot of positives with the defense. And I think that's something people weren't expecting a lot of positives out of, especially since trading Dexter Lawrence, your prime pet pass rusher, but especially in the secondary, which I believe, which was really a position where I felt the Giants needed to get better from last year. I think they've had some positives, and especially Paulson Adebo
Oh
has
yeah,
is still there. So I think they have some solid showings in the secondary right now. But I think training camp has been a lot more bigger for the defense than it was the offense. Because no, Jaxon Dart obviously started off struggling, but I think he turned it around towards the end of camp and really kind of put together some good showings. And also, Malik Nabers has progressed well from what I've been seeing. I
he
think
should be
he
ready for
has
week one.
hopefully I think he's been participating in team activities. He's done stuff on his own, so hopefully we'll see his status for week one. I don't know how much he'll play in the preseason, but that is obviously to be seen. But overall, I think Harbaugh's first training camp has shown a lot of positives, and I think we really have a lot to look forward to. He, I mean, also Odell has also had his moments, but then again, I would temper the expectations for a 33-year-old who also has had an ACL injury. So, but but then again, I s- I say a lot of positives have come from training camp, and we'll see what really happens when the games begin because we got preseason starting in 6 days.
It's great. It's great seeing OBJ back in the blue. But like, I mean,
That's
just
like, oh, hello, McLovin.
yeah, but
Oh my
like,
God, had this happen. Sorry.
yeah, you're good.
I guess
I mean,
McLovin's gonna take over. All
yeah,
right.
I'll
All right. Oh shoot.
yeah, I mean, while you're sorting through that, I'll say my thoughts. But
All right.
I mean,
I'm back. I'm
yeah,
back.
yeah. I mean, I gotta say, like, I definitely agree with you. Like, there's definitely been a lot of positives on the defense. You didn't talk. Dual Carter's actually been pretty good, especially like
Yes. Also, Joe Carter.
after a
He
strong
was
ending to
reference
his season
mentioned.
last year.
Joe Carter, I felt played solid throughout his whole rookie year.
Yeah,
I think just people look at the sacks and was like, oh my God, he didn't do anything. But like,
Brian
if
Burns
you
is
watch the
getting
games,
most of
like
them.
yeah, if you watch the games, you'd see a lot of him like generating pressure, really getting there. and playing in a Shane Bowen defense, which was obviously awful. I
Yeah.
mean, there were times where like, you're dropping him into coverage. Why? He's a pass rusher. What are you doing? Why are you dropping him
Yes.
into coverage? You have to sack the quarterback, not intercept him.
And honestly, Jackson Dart not doing so good at the start of training camp could honestly be a great sign for the defense. Because Jackson Dart, like throughout his couple starts while he was healthy last season,
Yeah.
he
But
was
he
doing
did he
very
did have
good.
a solid end. He had a pretty solid last day.
He did, yeah. And you also,
So
I think Jameis Winston also did good too.
yeah, I think he James did have his moments.
Yeah, but like, I mean, definitely training camp has been very encouraging so far.
Yeah.
And
Also,
I actually want,
Malachi Fields has had,
I was gonna bring him up. Yeah.
yeah. I know a lot of Giants fans were skeptical about that taking Malachi Fields, but he's performed well. I mean, we'll see where he can end up on the depth chart. Hopefully, he can really carve out a role in this offense for the upcoming season. 'Cause he really is a tall, big play threat. So,
Just don't
I think that,
become like Jaden Hyatt and you'll be
yeah.
okay.
Well, Malachi Fields is a big dude. I don't forget Jalen Hyatt's like,
He's like just a very fast guy,
yeah,
mostly like there for like deep catches,
yeah.
but like he hasn't
Malachi
even
Fields
done
is
that.
6'4". Jalen Hyatt's only 6 feet, so he's more kind of around the average height.
I'm just saying like performance in general. Like,
Yeah, I don't. I think we're very past Jalen Hyatt, unfortunately.
yeah, I want like how
He
far is he
wasn't.
on the depth chart?
I'm gonna check the depth chart right now, actually.
They actually have a lot of receivers this year. That's what I like about this team. I mean, they're not like the splashiest of names, other than like Neighbors, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
he's coming off the injury
keep
though,
forgetting
but
Juju Smith-Schuster's on the team.
and you got Mooney, you got what's his face?
And you gotta want,
You
yeah,
got
but you
Barrios, I
gotta
think
wonder
too.
where obviously Malachi, yeah, Jalen Hyatt's like buried on the depth chart right now. I mean, obviously the cuts are gonna happen, and
Hmm.
we'll see who ends up where.
Yeah,
But I
I
mean,
mean,
Malachi Fields is like right behind Darius Slayton for wide receiver two right now on
oh
the
yeah, I
depth
forgot
chart.
about
So
Darius
that's
Slayton too.
it's definitely a good sign.
And they have Calvin Austin too, but he's just Calvin
Yes.
Austin. But
Yeah, I mean, right now he's behind Malik Nabers for wide receiver one. So, I mean, Calvin Austin's fast though, but I wouldn't really expect him to be like a game changer, but I think there's positives in this Giants offense.
I mean,
I
at
know
least they
Theo
added
Johnson.
competent receivers for once. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you got some washed guys in the hotel
well,
and
yeah,
Juju.
no, but it's just like much better than what they've had in years past.
Yeah, of
Just
course,
like,
I will say that. I'll say that. I mean, I'm still surprised Darius Slayton's here after everything.
yeah,
But I think if Malachi Fields keeps performing the way he is, I think he could definitely maybe jump Slayton in the depth chart because I would definitely love to see him during the season. I mean, we'll obviously see how preseason goes because training camp's training camp, and you gotta wait till there's actual game action right now.
hmm
I mean, and obviously as expected, there's not much news with Evan Neal. He's been glued to the third team.
yeah. Evan Neal's just like kind of a lost cause at this point. I mean, overall with the Giants, I'm pretty, I'm excited in a way. I mean, it's obviously not going to be like the most dynamic team in the world, but they
Yeah. I
definitely have a
mean,
lot of
you obviously have
pieces.
a tough schedule to deal with,
Yeah,
but I think I think we can if teams underperform, we get lucky a couple games as well. I think it could be a pretty solid first year in the John Harbaugh era.
I think they could definitely get in between like 7 or 9 wins. That's probably my
Yeah,
best guess.
I've said the past couple seasons 7 wins and I'm happy because
Yeah,
I just want to
that
see
hasn't happened.
yeah, because I mean 3 wins and what is it 24, 4 wins and 25. I want to see actual development this season.
Yeah, other than just picking very early every time. But
Yeah, I want to see us actually be competitive in games.
I mean, they were last year, but like
Yeah, just
they're
can't
probably
really close it out.
the best worst team in the league. Like
Yeah, I'll say that definitely.
blew too many games. But with John Harbaugh, they'll he's obviously a better coach than Brian Daboll, but like
Hmm. Of course.
and hopefully Jackson Dart, Neighbors, and Scadaboo are healthy this season.
Yeah, Malik Nabers is going to be definitely the biggest. I guess I would say wild card season because you obviously we need him healthy, but I don't know. He's still questionable on the depth chart, so we don't know whether or not he'll be 100% by week one. But from what we've seen in training camp, this he's shown good signs, and we take what we will of that.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, we have to see how he recovers, obviously, and hopefully he ends up, playing week one. But
Yeah, he's trending towards it, but
yeah.
then again, nothing's confirmed until he's actually out there.
hmm Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you got any final thoughts, but it was it was obviously great talking to you about, Mets doing better, obviously, and we talked about the Giants a little bit.
Yeah.
And hopefully this upcoming NFL season is actually fun to watch, as
Hmm.
as Giant respectable Giants fans. So
Yes. Obviously, we got like I said, we got preseason. We got our first preseason game coming up on the 15th against the Vikings, so we'll see what we can do with that.
yeah, I mean it's great having you on, and
Of course,
hopefully
great being on. Of
yeah, hopefully we can do more of these. But yeah,
course.
I mean
All right.
I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yep.